you're planning to move to Rhode Island and thinking about living on the water, then there's a good chance that you've come across Barrington, Rhode Island. If not, either way, I'm going to show you some of the things that I love and hate about living in Barrington, Rhode Island. Now, I've lived here about 25 years and I've raised my family here for about the last 16 years. And I can tell you from personal experience, it's an awesome place to live, but it might not be for everybody. So we're going to point out all of the things, good, bad, and otherwise, that you need to know about Barrington, Rhode Island. And if you stay till the end, I'm gonna show you exactly who should and shouldn't be living in Barrington, Rhode Island. My name's Matt Antonio, and I'm the founder of Chart House Realtors, located right in Barrington, Rhode Island. For the last 20 years, I've helped nearly 1,000 families move into Rhode Island, many of them into Barrington. We're ready to help you buy or sell a home, a piece of land, a condo, whatever the case may be. Just reach out to us, info@charthouserealtors.com, and we'll chat. Now, let's get into what people like and dislike about living in Barrington, Rhode Island. Some of the cons. Barrington's a little bit of a sleepy town, so if you enjoy nightlife, bars, late night dining, entertainment, clubs, you're not gonna find really any of that in Barrington. We've got a handful of good restaurants in town, and we've got a couple of places to go if you wanna get a drink, but for the most part, it shuts down on the early side. It tends to be more of a family town, more of a demographic that's like tucked in bedtime by 11 o'clock at night. However, the good part about Barrington is Warren, Rhode Island is just 5 minutes away, like literally almost a walk, depending on where you live in Barrington, and they've got a pretty good dining and entertainment scene, good bars, good restaurants. And Providence, which has all the nightlife you'd ever want, is really just 15 or 20 minutes away. It's about 10 miles. So plenty of places to access, not too far from Barrington. All right, so employment. When it comes to employment, Barrington is, again, a relatively small town. We've got banks, we've got some restaurants, we've got coffee shops, but there's no big business in Barrington. And you've got some big business in Providence, but for the most part, a lot of the people living in Barrington are working in, industries like hospitals, doctors, nurses, things like that. Education, like there's a great education scene in Providence with Brown University, Johnson & Wales, Providence College, Bryant University, all of that's right here. But if you're working for some international corporation in software or something like that, chances are you're working from home if you're living in Barrington, Rhode Island. So the cost of living is something that people think about with Barrington as well. It's some of the more expensive real estate in Rhode Island. Property taxes, income taxes, it's not like New Hampshire or Florida where there's maybe some tax advantages to living in Barrington, Rhode Island. So it's a little on the more expensive side when compared to those other places. And housing prices are expensive. So last year, the average home sale price in Barrington was $875,000, and that's for a house that's about like 2,100 square feet on a lot that's probably only about 10,000 square feet. So compared to its peers in the Ocean State, Barrington is a bit more expensive than the others. However, keep in mind, if you're looking at Boston suburbs or New York suburbs, places in Connecticut, it actually looks like a pretty good deal. The housing types, like the types of housing that are available in Barrington, is pretty limited. Like the overwhelming majority of the housing here is just traditional single-family homes. So if you're thinking about a condo or an apartment or some type of multifamily housing scenario, those are hard to come by in Barrington. They're not impossible, they do exist, but not the majority. Most of it's single family housing. Now let's get into some of the pros about living in Barrington. And honestly, I live here, of course. I think the pros outweigh the cons. There are stunning water views almost everywhere you go. So take a walk, ride your bike, just drive your car around doing your ordinary daily errands, and you've got views of the Barrington River, the Barrington Harbor, Narragansett Bay, the Palmer River. It's really, really a picturesque, scenic waterfront community. The town of Barrington is also home to really fun attractions, stuff that's open to the public like Haynes Memorial Park, the East Bay Bike Path, and then some other stuff that's private but accessible like Barrington Yacht Club and Rhode Island Country Club. Education, this is probably the #1 reason that Barrington shows up on people's radar. If you go to sites like niche.com, Barrington is routinely rated as the #1 school district in the state of Rhode Island. So great place if you've got kids and you're looking for education, K through 12, Barrington is kind of the hot spot for that. Barrington's a quiet town, which if that's what you're looking for, if you're raising a family and you want like just the peace of mind, you know, my kids who are currently 8, 11, and 16, like even the little guy who's 8 years old, we let him take off on his bike. He rides around the neighborhood. He goes to friends' houses. He plays pickup basketball games and lacrosse or whatever with his friends. And we don't really worry about it because it's a pretty safe place to live. Beaches. So if you like the water, this is the Ocean State. And you've got a beach right in Barrington, Barrington Beach, which is an awesome place to swim. It's a bay beach, so it's calmer water. You're not gonna surf or anything like that. But certainly a great place. It's got beautiful southern exposure, so you catch the warm sun, read a book, have a sandwich. Barrington Beach is an awesome place to go. But just a little bit further south, Newport has world-class beaches. South County, towns like Narragansett and Charlestown are just an easy ride, 40, 45 minutes to get to amazing oceanfront beaches where you can do all the ocean things, surfing and anything else. Barrington's only 10 miles from Providence, Rhode Island, and Providence has a vibrant dining community, kind of known, frankly, for its food. So whether you want Mexican or Italian or Chinese food or whatever, or some other stuff that's even just further off the radar, just like an amazing culinary environment in Providence. There's also places like Providence Performing Arts Center, the AMP, which is home to the Providence Bruins and the PC Friars. So if you want to take in an athletic event, just really, really cool dining, entertainment, and all kinds of fun nightlife in Providence, Rhode Island, which is just 10 miles from Barrington. Barrington has an active outdoor lifestyle. So I've got a group of friends, like awesome people, wasn't hard to meet. Like we play tennis together, we play golf together. We'll just play random pickleball games in the road. Just a super active outdoor lifestyle. Plenty of walking, jogging, running, biking, anything you want to do outdoors. There's a strong percentage of the community living in Barrington that's doing it, and you'll find it easy to meet people, you know, to do these kinds of things with. And Barrington has a really, really strong real estate market with beautiful homes. Like generally speaking, you drive around Barrington, people take really good care of their properties. So it just has that quintessential New England town feel with, you know, like just wonderful landscaping, great architecture, and well-maintained homes, which make it a nice place to be. So if you're moving to Providence or anywhere in Rhode Island from out of the area, make sure to grab our free relocation guide, and I'll put a link down below for you to do that. Inside this relocation guide, we'll give you everything you need to know about moving to the Ocean State. So whether it's downtown nightlife, a beachy vibe, or, you know, the northern part of the state's got like really great wooded rural communities. So grab that relocation guide and check out that everything that Rhode Island has to offer. So, as I promised, later in this video, we're gonna talk about who might not wanna live in Barrington, Rhode Island. For all the great things Barrington has to offer, you know, it might be like young professional, single person, or a young couple who doesn't have children. It's not a fast-paced, get out and go lifestyle. A lot of like the community thread is through education and the schools and activities that are geared toward children and things like that. So it might not be the place you want to live if you're at that phase of your life. Maybe you want to live in Providence or somewhere else in Rhode Island, and maybe end up in Barrington later in life. All right, so people who would absolutely want to live in Barrington: young families seeking a safe place to live, raise a family, get a great education, and enjoy a fun, active lifestyle by the water. Maybe retirees who just want a peaceful, quiet lifestyle in a great community that's kind of nestled between places like Providence and Newport, where there's cool entertainment. But if you want to hunker down at home and have a nice, quiet lifestyle on the water, Barrington's an awesome place for that too. Maybe even young professionals who don't want to be in a super active, busy city environment, want a little bit of a retreat, but need to commute to, you know, TF Green Airport in Warwick, which is just 25 minutes away. Or maybe they need to get to Boston a couple days a week, which is generally an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the commute and the time of day and that sort of thing. It could be a great spot for young professionals who just want maybe a little more peaceful lifestyle. So for me, my family, and many of my clients, we've loved living in Barrington, and who wouldn't? It's no wonder why Barrington is ranked #1 best place to live in Rhode Island, #1 best place to raise a family in Rhode Island, and #1 best suburbs in Rhode Island by niche.com. And nationally, Barrington is the 13th best suburb in the United States, and number 14 best place to raise a family in the entire country. So, if you're looking for a new home in Barrington, Providence, Rhode Island, or any of the surrounding areas in Bristol, Newport, Kent, or Washington counties, or if you need help selling your current home, my team and I would love to be your resource of choice. Whether you're 2 months or 2 years out, we get emails and calls from people just like you who are researching the area and trying to figure out what's best for them. All you have to do is email me at info@charthouserealtors.com. See you at the next one.